Let's talk about 5 unexpected money habits that will make you rich. And we're not going to be talking about mindset, writing your goals, getting up early, or investment and saving. We're not going to be talking about any of that. What we are going to be talking about is 5 money habits that will help you shift your internal state and in turn translate into more money in the bank. And this is why the rich get richer. It's not because they're already rich, but more because they already feel and think like they're rich. We're going to be talking about things that make you rich both inside and out. We're covering 5 of them, and the 5th one is actually by far the most important one, so make sure you don't skip it. And also, I'm going to be sharing with you a really practical way to check in and turbocharge and fast track your wealth. If we haven't met before, hi, I'm Miriam. I'm a hypnotherapist and a money mentor to women in business. I have a background in finance as well. And in fact, I actually built that finance business, which ended up making multiple 6 figures, leveraged income, winning awards, being really, really successful. I ran that for about 12, 13 years. And I started it on the back of being a broke single mum. So I know what it takes and what the power is of marrying the magical with the practical, sorting out your relationship with money and knowing what to actually do with your money. And my passion is to help women business owners transform their relationship with money and their finances so they can stop stressing about it. So let me ask you something. Why do you want the money? Why do you want the money in the bank? And how much do you want? And how much is enough? And when you actually dig into that and dig into your reasons for wanting the money and all the things you want to do with it, what you end up with is that ultimately it comes down to how you want to feel. You want to feel abundant. You want to feel rich. You want to feel free to make choices, to be master of your universe, right? So abundance is actually a feeling. And you can be rich in terms of assets and money in the bank, and you can be rich in terms of how you feel internally. And the two don't necessarily always happen at the same time, because there's plenty of people who've got plenty of money and they still don't feel rich. They still worry about money. They stress about money. So they're feeling poor internally, and it's making them keep seeking and chasing more and more money externally. So what we're going to be talking about is the opposite, because we want you to be rich inside and outside, because abundance, feeling abundant, that's actually an inside job. And the beautiful thing is that the more abundant and rich you feel internally, the more money you end up having in the bank and the more cool stuff you'll end up having in your life. Because as you start to think and feel more abundant and more like you are already rich and you expect to be rich, you're going to be starting to talk and walk and do things differently. You're going to be acting like a rich person. And this is why the rich get richer. The rich don't get richer just because they already have money that they can leverage. The rich get richer because they think like the rich. They expect to be rich. They do the things that rich people do. They show up in a way that says, I expect to be successful. I have plenty of money. I'm loving it. And I expect to have plenty more. And how cool is it to think that you can have the end result right now? Because abundance is a feeling, and you can choose to start to feel abundant right here, right now. And of course, as you start to feel richer and more abundant internally, it's going to shift the way you show up. It's going to change the way you think, the way you feel, the way you approach life, the choices and decisions you make. And that's going to have a massive effect in the outcome that you get as a result, which of course helps reinforce that feeling and thinking of, yeah, I've got it all sorted. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am abundant. Things always work out for me. And it becomes this beautiful self-fulfilling prophecy that gathers its own momentum. Okay, so the very first habit is to pay your bills with gratitude. So you can literally sit down and have a little bill paying party. You can light candles, play music, but most importantly, when you sit down, make sure you're in a really good place, that you're in a really positive frame of mind, and that you send out gratitude and thanks. Number 1, for the services you received in exchange for paying those bills. Number 2, for the fact that you have the money available to pay them. And number 3, for the fact that these people, they know how abundant you are because they gave you that service and sent you the bill knowing that you're good for it. You're an abundant, rich person who's got plenty. So when you sit down and you pay your bills from this space, rather than a place of, begrudgingly handing over your money, it changes everything. It reinforces to you that you have the money, that you are good for it, and that you're getting plenty of cool things in return for that money. The second money habit you want to get into that'll help you get rich is to spend with joy. So when you're actually out spending money, do it from a place of joy, being really grateful and happy about the things that you're buying. And taking it one step further yet again is have dedicated fun money that when you spend it, you make sure you're really present, really conscious, and that you really plan in advance what cool, fun things you're going to be doing with this money. Again, it helps reinforce to you that you are this beautiful, abundant person who's got plenty of money. And when you're in the moment and you're spending that money and you're feeling rich and you're feeling abundant and you're loving what you're getting to do with your money, it up levels your vibration. It normalizes you to thinking and feeling like a richer person. And that helps accelerate the entire process yet again. The third unexpected money habit to help you get richer is to celebrate the evidence. And so what I mean by that is when money comes in, celebrate it, stop and acknowledge it. Don't discount it. You know, so many people get tempted into going, oh yeah, but that doesn't count because I was expecting it, or I was owed that, or it's not enough. But when you do that, you're discounting your money. You're telling it that it's not important and you're playing down your abundance rather than taking this amazing opportunity to say, there it is, money flowing into my life right here, right now, whether it's 1 cent, 10 cents, or $10 million. It doesn't matter. It is still the energy of money showing up in your life. And the more you acknowledge it, celebrate it, and welcome it with open arms, and really treat it as evidence of your abundance and say, yeah, of course, money's always flowing to me. Here comes more, here comes more. I'm loving this. It just keeps on flowing. The more you reinforce that to yourself, the more you up-level your vibration, the more you shift your mindset, and the more magnetic you become to even more of that beautiful money flowing into your life. Is this easy or what? Let me know in the comments below. This is easy. I can do this. But the trick is to get into the habit of it. Because remember, this is about the 5 unexpected money habits that will make you rich. And a habit is something that you keep doing over and over and over again until it's totally second nature. But you want to make sure you get into the right habits. You want to get the habit just right because you don't want to accidentally have gotten it wrong and be heading in the wrong direction. And that's why it's really important that you stick around for the 5th habit that we're going to cover, because it is by far, far, far the most important one to make sure you really, really nail this. But first, let's talk about the 4th unexpected money habit that will help you get rich. And that is to say no from a place of empowerment. When you say no to spending money, when you say no to expenses, when you say maybe no to going out to another fancy dinner with your friends, or no to joining them on that really expensive holiday because you're busy focusing on another financial goal right now, do it from a place of empowerment. Do it from a place of, I've got a plan and I'm sticking to it, and I'm not going to let other things derail me. And that is when you can say no to spending money from a place that feels really good, which of course helps you feel richer, more in control of your money, more abundant, more like you've got it all covered. That up-levels your mindset, up-levels your energy, makes you magnetic to more. How cool is that? Okay, we're about to cover the 5th unexpected money habit to make you rich. But first, I want to just reiterate what I hope you've picked up on right now. And that's that these habits are actually about you learning how to feel rich and abundant right now, rather than chasing the external money and abundance. It's about shifting your energy from desperately pulling at something and trying to get rich, which actually just reinforces the lack of it, to just chilling out, enjoying where you are, and being excited about more to come. Actually starting to allow yourself to feel rich and abundant right here, right now. It completely changes your energy. And that is what helps you get magnetic to more. And that is what helps you get rich. And that is why this 5th money habit to help you get rich is so important, because I bet you've been busily taking notes so that you can go do the things I've just told you to do to get rich, which means that you're actually still trying to get rich. You're only prepared to do the things we just talked about if they'll help you get rich. But this is where the 5th money habit comes in, because this is the critical one. You need to decide that you're already rich. You don't want to be doing anything to try and get rich, other than, of course, being smart with your business strategy and with how you manage your money. But in terms of the way you show up, don't do it, with an ulterior motive. Pay your bills with gratitude because you are grateful. Spend with joy because it is a joy to spend. Say no from a place of empowerment because you are empowered. Celebrate the evidence because it is evidence of your abundance. So that's the fifth money habit. It's to decide that you're already rich and abundant and to always be coming from that place. Because remember, the world on the outside of you is just a reflection of what's going on inside of you. The world is your mirror. So when you look in the mirror of the world around you, do you like what you see? Do you see an abundant version of you? Do you see an abundant life that's a reflection of your internal abundance? Abundance is a state of being. And it's not until we can become a more abundant version of ourselves, until we can transform and up-level our mindset, our energy, our habits, that we can have that abundance physically, dollars in the bank, on a consistent level. And if that's something you want to learn more about, then join my Ultimate Money Masterclass. You'll find the link in the description below this video. So let me share with you a really practical tip that's going to help you accelerate and fast track your wealth. So just stop for a moment, put down your pen or anything in your hands, take a deep breath in, and take a moment to check in with yourself. How rich and abundant do you feel right here, right now? If you had to put a dollar figure on it, what number comes to mind? And that tells you exactly how you're doing. Because if you're feeling rich and abundant and like a multi-millionaire, gazillionaire right here, right now, then that is what you're in the process of creating and attracting. And if you're feeling like there's not quite enough in the bank and you're feeling a sense of lack and limitation and poverty internally, that is what the world is going to mirror back to you. So gives you that little heads up to do something about it, quick, smart. And the better you get at this, at checking in with yourself, seeing where you're at and being really honest with yourself, the more you'll be able to fast track your wealth. And this is why the very first key we cover in Magnetic Money in my program is self-awareness. #notice. We notice the things we're doing, how we're feeling, what we're saying, and the thoughts that are spinning through our minds. And the more we become self-aware and the more we practice using the tools we've got at our disposal, the more we can start to create change fast and really up-level our internal state of being to become a more abundant version of ourselves, which is then reflected back to us in our external world. Now, if you find that a little bit challenging, feeling rich and abundant right now, regardless of the dollars in the bank, then you might have some limiting beliefs or old money stories going on. And that will keep you stuck there. It becomes a catch-22 where it's like, until the money's there, I can't feel rich and abundant. Until there's more money, I can't feel richer. And so then you stay stuck. And if that's going on for you, then this episode is the one you want to watch next, because we're going to start helping you figure out what that old money story is and what those limiting beliefs are that are holding you back. So click on that next, and I'll see you over there.